If your building isn't meeting today's standards, interior doors are one of the most overlooked but highest impact places to start when upgrading an existing space. Not because you're starting from scratch, but because you're trying to improve what's already there. Performance, aesthetics, compliance, and overall tenant experience without a full rebuild. And while it feels like it can come down to something simple, glass, wood, or metal, the reality is, once you're renovating an occupied or aging building, the decision becomes a lot more strategic, because interior doors don't just separate rooms. So instead of just what door do I pick, the better question becomes, what part of the building am I trying to improve? And what door upgrade helps me get there cost effectively? Today we're breaking down interior commercial glass doors, wood doors, metal doors, and mixed material openings from a renovation and upgrade standpoint, so you can see where each one actually improves an existing space.
When you're upgrading an existing building, the first step isn't choosing a door. It's identifying what's not working in the space today. Many conference rooms do not have enough privacy. Many corridors feel outdated or closed off. Maybe high traffic areas are showing wear faster than expected. Or maybe the building just does not feel aligned with the current tenant expectations. That's usually what drives the door decision in renovation projects, not preference, but performance gaps. So you're balancing upgrades around things like acoustics, durability, visibility, code compliance, maintenance costs, and how the space is actually used day to day. And once you start looking at doors through that lens, they stop being a finished selection and start becoming a strategic renovation upgrade.
Let's start with interior commercial glass doors, because these are often one of the ways to modernize an existing office space. In renovation projects, glass doors are commonly used to immediately improve how a building feels, bringing light into the area, improving visibility, and making older layouts feel a little bit more open and updated without changing the wall structure. You'll typically see them in conference rooms, office entries, collaborative areas, and interior storefront style upgrades. From a renovation standpoint, the biggest impact is perception, and more aligned with today's workplace environments. But it's not just aesthetic. Depending on the upgrade, you may need to address safety glazing, fire ratings, privacy films, or acoustical performance, especially in conference rooms or healthcare and administrative environments, where sound control matters. So even when the glass is chosen for modernization, the performance side still has to match how the space is being used today, not how it was originally designed.
That's where commercial interior wood doors often become the most practical renovation upgrades. In existing buildings, wood doors are usually the reset button. They let you upgrade appearance, performance, and compliance without completely changing the system. You'll see them across offices, school spaces, healthcare facilities, hospitality settings, and institutional buildings during renovation projects. One of the biggest advantages is flexibility. Wood doors can be upgraded with fire ratings, glass lights, acoustical cores, specialty finishes, and higher durability construction depending on what the space needs today, not what it was originally built for. So if your building is dealing with wear and tear, outdated aesthetics, or inconsistent performance across openings, wood doors often become the most balanced renovation solution. They allow you to improve look, durability, and code alignment in a way that is cost-effective and scalable across multiple changes.
On the other end of the spectrum, some renovation decisions are less about appearance and more about fixing long-term durability problems. That's where commercial interior metal doors often come into play. In older or high-traffic buildings, these are typically used to upgrade corridors, utility spaces, service areas, schools, and healthcare environments, where doors are taking daily impact and failure points start to show over time. Hollow metal doors are often a part of the renovation strategy, where the goal is to reduce maintenance, increase lifespan, and standardize performance across the building. They can also support upgraded fire ratings, improve security requirements, and better overall impact resistance compared to legacy door systems. So while they may not be chosen for aesthetics, they often are one of the most creative, cost-effective ways to stabilize performance in heavy-used areas of a building.
In most renovation projects, it's rarely just one material across the entire building. Instead, upgrades usually involve combining solutions based on what the space exactly needs now. That's where commercial interior doors with glass become a key part of renovation planning. You might see wood doors upgraded with glass kits to bring in light deeper into corridors, or metal doors with vision panels added for safety and visibility in upgraded institutional spaces. The hybrid approach is often what makes renovation projects successful. You're not replacing everything, you're upgrading strategically. Because in existing buildings, you're always balancing visibility, privacy, natural light, durability, safety, and code compliance within the constraints of what we already have there. And that often means looking beyond just the door itself. Frames, hardware, accessibility requirements, fire ratings, and closers all play a role in whether the upgrade actually performs long term. That's why coordination matters just as much in material selection and renovation work, which is where tools like the CDF Pro Builder comes into play to help streamline planning and specifications.
At the end of the day, upgrading interior doors in an existing building isn't just about choosing what looks best in a solution. It's about fixing what isn't working and improving how the building performs moving forward. Sometimes that's aesthetics, sometimes it's durability, sometimes it's acoustics, visibility, or even code compliance. Most of the time, it's a combination of all of those. But when you approach it as a renovation strategy instead of a selection exercise, the decisions become clear and the upgrades become more cost effective. So if you're planning a building renovation and want a simpler way to evaluate openings, organize specifications, or plan upgrades across multiple doors, you can explore the CDF Pro Builder tool on cdfdistributors.com. And if you have questions that come up during planning, our door experts will be there to help you navigate any questions and make sure your selections perform the way your building needs to.